Hey everyone, it's Xant. So another banner, another video. I'm starting to sound like a broken record. Well, this week brings us some more neat stuff. My only gripe though is that this is our second 00 unit in a row that's been welfare. Anyways, let's get into things. First off, the gacha machines. Let's start with the V2. Hailing from Re-Rise, this aquamarine suit is yet another extension of the core Gundam. Unlike the melee-focused Mars 4 and the balanced Earth 3, V2, if you couldn't guess, focuses on long-range engagements and firepower. But what does it have exactly? Well, it has a beam Vulcan turret set built into the head, 2 hand missile pods, a missile pod on its shoulder, a beam cannon, also on its other shoulder, 2 beam sabers, 2 missile bays which are part of the backpack, and a handheld big beam bazooka. Quite the neat loadout, actually. Big focus on missiles. I wonder how the bazooka shot's gonna be. 3.6k, 3.8? Also, I should note that beam bazookas are actually acceptable for me in GBGW. They don't suffer all the same issues that rocket-based bazookas do, just in case you thought I hated all bazookas equally. Now onto our other gacha attendee, the Astray blue frame. Now before you get too excited, this is just the base model, much like how we have the red and the green frames in the game already. I wonder if they're going to add a gold, or a variant of it first. Maybe even the Mirage frame? Now, this was canonically piloted by Guy Murakumo, an extremely talented mercenary pilot belonging to Serpent Tail. Now, this blue baddie saw a metric boatload of upgrades over the course of its run. I think it officially ended up getting like 9 different versions of it. Some made by Lau, some made by Guy, some by both. The machine has seen some shit. So what does the base form of it offer? Well, it has an Eagle Stellan turret set built into the head, much like almost all the suits from this generation did, 2 beam sabers, a beam rifle, and an anti-beam shield. There really isn't much here, but it should be noted that the Astray Blue comes with a specialized sensor unit built into the head, or rather can be built and put on the head. Long and short, it's a super boost for the machine's comms, sensors, and information gathering abilities. You see why I got so many aftermarket editions? Yeah, at least Lau went and slapped a massive sword on his almost right away. Lastly, for the machines, the kurios. You can't miss it, the orange is blinding. Coming in from Gundam 00, the kurios is canonically piloted by Alleluia Haptism, a man with split personality disorder. Being one of the 4 original GN drive suits, this machine saw a lot of action, and eventually got totaled like all the other original suits. You can't have a series without new protagonist mechs, am I right? So let's get into the gear, yeah? This comes with a GN Beam submachine gun. Now this is dual barreled, it can be single shot or burst. It actually looks pretty cool in action. It also has a GN shield, and 2 GN Beam sabers. It's a modest loadout, but because the kurios can transform into a fighter plane, I guess it breaks even. Seriously though, go and compare this to the Exia, that just has a sword, a shield, and a gun. The original suits kinda got shafted for weapon selection, but they made good use of them. So it's fine, I guess? Our final stop on today's trip is the pilots. Now, we'll open with Luna Maria Hawk, coming from Gundam Seed Destiny. A Zaft red suit, which is how they denote aces. But seriously, why are all these kids who aren't even 20 becoming aces? She's a flexible fighter who went from a long-range bombardment role to a close combat role after she took the impulse over from Shin. One of the more level-headed individuals on the Minerva, which isn't saying much all things considered, she's a rather by-the-books individual. She'll follow orders, even if she disagrees with them. But yeah, I guess a lot of pilots did that, because it was either that or court-martialing. Yeah, it's not really a worth it trade there. Now, by the end of Destiny, it's blatantly hinted, yet never confirmed, that she ended up getting together with Shin. And I find that an odd combo. You have an headstrong, arrogant orphan with Chili for parents, and then this lass who lost out to a lab rat. A little imbalanced, if you ask me. You know, it's funny. When I saw Judao, the first thought I had was, isn't he in the game already? No, he isn't. Dumb me. But I've said his name enough times to actually think he got added in before this. Judao Ashta, the canonical pilot of the Zeta, Double Z, and of a handful of other machines, finally stumbled his way into GBGW. Now, he started off as a junk dealer, but he did eventually end up becoming an ace of the AEUG after he stole the Zeta. Okay, seriously, why is theft literally the most common initiator for this franchise? Seriously. Anyways, he was considered one of, if not the most powerful new types in the series, to the point of scaring Haman straight to tears. And after trying to get with Haman and failing when she offed herself, he rode to Jupiter with Rue instead. Now, I don't mean that in a weird innuendo sense either. Seriously, they went to Jupiter to get away from things. So now that we've wrapped up the pilots and the new machines that are coming to the game, the last two things to talk about are the new Gundam and Amuro rejoining us as reprint gachas, which is pretty cool, as they were only there for the first week of the game, so if you didn't play at launch, this is your first chance at getting them again, and for everyone that did play at launch and is missing a part or two, here you go. Now, normally I do try to just talk about the new suits and pilots coming with the event, but I can't not talk about the Red Comet beta that was shown off as well. If we're going to look at it like we did the Big Zam, the only thing we can really come to an assumption with is that it's another group raid, which is pretty cool. My only real concern is we had a lot of issues getting the Big Zam working, so I really hope that they polish this up a little bit for the Red Comet, or maybe it's a different format altogether and there may not be issues. We'll see. And with that, all the new content has been covered. Now, on a related, but not related note, I've been reading the comments that you guys left on my premium materials video. I'll make sure to address the issues come the December edition, and also look into some parts that have been recommended to me. Do remember guys, I'm only human, I'm gonna miss things, our part list is ridiculously huge. Anyways, until next time, peace out.